Hi, everybody. Day 3 of my course. We're going to be talking about Latin. The past day, we took a practice test and we talked about a little bit about the SAT and ACT. But for the next 7 days, we'll be talking about Latin. I'll be teaching you some Latin grammar, roots, and tips. And today, it's introductory to Latin. I'll teach you some Latin history, some cool phrases, some quotes, and the numbers. So let's get into it. So, the history of Latin. So, Latin was originally spoken in Latinum, or Rome, as it's now called. It was the dominant language of the Roman Republic, and many words contribute from Latin to the English language and so many other languages. Like I said, it's the base of the 5 Romance languages. So some of them are such as like Spanish, French, Italian, Romanian, etc. And it is used in so many professions like the medical field, law, philosophy, theology, etc. And all college mottos come from Latin. Like Harvard, Veritas, which means truthful, faithful. Okay, let's move on. Cool phrases. So, salve, that means hello to one person. So, whoever's watching this video, if I'm talking directly to you, I would say salve. If you're speaking to multiple people, like an auditorium or a group of people, you would say salvete, which is hello to multiple people. To ask what is someone's name, you say quod est tibi nomen, or what is your name? Quod means what in Latin, est means is, tibi means your, and nomen means name. So quod est tibi nomen. And then to say my name is, you say mihi nomen est. Like I said, nomen is name, est is, and mihi is mine, just as tibi is yours. So mihi nomen est, my name is. Quomodo te habes. That is, how are you feeling? Quomodo means how, te means you, and habes is you are feeling. So to combine that together is how are you feeling, since you have to put it in a question format. So how are you feeling? So that is quomodo te habes. How are you feeling? Bene means well, and validus means unwell, and it's the opposite of bene. So bene means well, and validus means unwell. Let's move on. So some famous quotes. Cogito ergo sum by Rene Descartes. That means I think, therefore I am. What he's saying in this quote is something that's a being or something that's living is something that thinks. So since I think, I am living or I am a person. And that's the philosophy in this quote here. Another famous quote is by Julius Caesar, and he goes, Vini, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. This is before, this is where he talks, this after he conquered a nation, he'll be like, I came, I saw, I conquered, or Vini, vidi, vici, which means it's just his saying, meaning that he saw this nation, he took it over, and he now has it. And it's basically just his phrase because he wants to show how he is one of the best conquerors or emperors that there are, or kings. So let's move on. Next quote. Fas est ab hoste docere. This is by Ovid, a famous poet. One should learn even from one's enemies. This is again about war. He's saying that one's enemies have knowledge that they still need. One should not be too arrogant or proud and stubborn to not learn from somebody else. So learn from other people, even if they're their enemies, and that is what he's trying to say. Especially in war, so your enemies have tactics, learn their tactics, and then apply some tactics against it. That's his main idea from this quote. Just some famous quotes that are from Latin and are still thought of and used today. Okay, let's move on. So the numbers in Latin. I'll go through this once, and then I want you guys, when you're just sitting there, just pause the video and go through it yourself, just to reinforce these ideas in your head. So the number game. I'll go through it. So 0, nihil. 1, unus. 2, duo. 3, tre. 4, quator. 5, quinque. 6, sex. 7, septem. 8, octo. 9, novem. 10, decum. 11, undecum. 12, duodecum. 13, tridecum. 14, quattordecum. 15, quindecum. 16, seidecum. 17, septemdecum. 18, duovigenti. 19, undevigenti. And 20, vigenti. Okay, so as you can see here, You can see 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all like September, October, November, December, because there used to be only 10 months actually. And September, October, November, December used to be the 7th to 10th month. However, they added 2 more months, and that's why now it's the last month. Now there's 12. But you can think of it like that. So like 10 is decum, 9 is novum, 8 is octo, and 7 is septum. And you can think of it like 8 like octagon, and 9 like, or like 10 like decagon, like things like that. And you can see for like 11, you just tag on 1 plus 10. So it's un decum. And 2 is, or 12 is 2 plus 10, or duodecum. And it goes like that till 17. And once you get to 18 through 20, you add, you minus from 20. So 20 is Vigenti, right? So 18 will be 2 from Vigenti, or duo Vigenti, and 19 will be 1 from Vigenti, or unde Vigenti. So yes, those are the numbers, and yeah, they're pretty cool. I want you to try them yourself, pause it, see if you can pronounce it, and yeah, let's move on. So some practice. So I want you to just try these out loud. I'll try it myself. You try it yourself. You can watch me do it, and then you can do it. So, salvete, mihi nomen est rishi. I have, and then so that's salvete. So I said hello. My name is Rishi. So now you try. Okay, cool. So now let's move on to the second one. I have, and now I want you to list in Latin the number of siblings you have. So I have unus siblings. Okay? And now you list it. Okay, so let's move on to the third one. So I am, again, in Latin, so I am septum decum years old, or 17 years old. Now you go. Okay, cool. So now the fourth one. My favorite number is probably octo. I just love 8. So octo. So now you try. Okay, cool. Perfect. So now let's move on. A little bit of practice in there. Okay, so usually I would play a game with these, but it's a little bit harder to play on what's it called? On a computer screen rather than in real life. However, I'm going to show you the pictures. I'm going to go through what each of them are, and then I'm going to want you to just try it yourself. Okay, so let's practice a little bit. So each of these pictures represent one of the vocab words. So if you need, you can look back at the vocab words in the beginning of this video to see what they are, but I'll just go through them with you. So this guy right here is salve. He represents salve, or hello, salve. This guy right here represents quod est tibi nomen, or what is your name. This girl right here represents mihi nomen est, or my name is. This picture of Caesar represents Winnie Witty Wiki, or I came, I saw, I conquered. This picture right here represents Quomodo te habes, or how are you feeling? Each of these numbers, I just want you each time to just know all the numbers and count from 1 to 20. In real life, I would point to this, and every time I point, it increases the numbers. But for you, just practice naming all the numbers from 1 to 20. This green thumb represents bene, or well, and this red thumb represents invalidus, or unwell. This right here is Rene Descartes, and it represents cogito ergo sum, which is I think, therefore I am. And this battle right here, this fight, is fas es ab hoste docere, or one should learn even from one's enemies. And this is from Ovid. So yeah, that is the game. I want you all to practice this. Maybe practice pointing to different things and seeing if you can seeing if you can picture the words with one of these pictures. That will help you with picture recognition and voice recognition. It will just help you memorize the words faster, looking at a picture and helping you memorize it. So if you want, just keep on practicing this. This will always be there for you to upload, for you to practice with. And yes, thank you so much for this video. I'll see you in the next lesson.